two alchemists. Here is the sorry. Two alchemists. Here I am Imran Hussain. The case is about microfinance sector in Bangladesh, and we will discuss about how to reduce the gap between the providers of microfinance and the recipients of microfinance. Here is the agenda, which will be discussed further. Introduction to the sector. We will discuss about the introduction to microfinance sector. Some large companies that give the large amount of money to the people. Then analysis of the case situation. We will define some situation on that basis we work. Then core problems regarding microfinance, alternatives and solutions, and last we will do some recommendation and summary. Introduction part, microfinancing. It's in our financing sector, which is in our industry of microfinance. MRA, Microfinance Regulating Authority, is the regulating body of this sector. Then the large providers of microfinance is Grameen Bank, ASA, BRAC, and other NGOs. The objective of microfinance is to create small size loans to build the people of at the bottom of the pyramids. Then we split the target group into three sections: agricultural loans, potential women entrepreneurs, and handicrafts small business loans. Then it's about providers of microfinance. This is there are actually three organizations: Grameen Bank, BRAC, and ASA. Grameen Bank has the largest concentration of 31%, and ASA and other NGOs 39%, but ASA contains only 20% of it. Then we have made some analysis on the basis of the case. First, there is some necessity of microfinance. There's some needy people who need a small amount of loan. Then they have some problems due to lack of information. They don't even know the seasonal loan the bank giving to them. Then high interest rate. It's a problem for them. It costs much for the finance, and from this we see that there is a gap between the providers and the recipients. The next portion will be discussed by the for Sima. That's all. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. And I'm going to discuss about the four programs regarding microfinance. And first, provider's perspective. Lending guidance from Bangladesh Bank. Bangladesh Bank restricts the private commercial bank to invest a definite sum of money in the microfinance sector, but in some cases, the microfinance, the commercial bank are unwilling to invest, and their strategy are not microfinance oriented. So this is a problem. And less informed customers. Some customers are not even willing about the time and facilities about the loans the banks are giving, so they don't come to borrow it. So they can't reap the facilities. And higher operation expenses due to diversifying activities of microfinance and large number of personnel, their costs are very larger. So they demand a large number of installment and interest rate. Lack of strategy regarding reaching the customers. Sometimes this provider strategy is not well-oriented because they can't reach the potential borrowers. So they can't cater them. Okay. Now, borrower's perspective, the higher interest rate is a common phenomenon in microfinance. The providers' interest rates sometimes scale up to even 40%, which is definitely a problem for the underprivileged society. Unfair installment plans. Unfair installment plans charge, and the installment are not installments. Lack of timeliness in distribution credit. It is the investors, the borrowers, inadequate information about the credit facilities. The borrowers don't know the information about the time and the facilities of the credit, so they can borrow it.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sajid bin Sina. Will be representing the alternatives and solutions of this case from our group. Now, the thing is that we have divided the strategies into two different segments. Number one is the financial strategy, and number two is the marketing strategy. In financial strategy, next slide, please. Yeah. In financial strategy, we have formulated the first element is the consortium finance. Now, the banks, they have got a huge amount of money that is to be distributed in microfinance sectors, and the other hand, the government grants also so many subsidies for this sector. Now, the basic problem is reaching those money towards the borrowers. To make that, we want to initiate consortium financing. That is, the money will be accumulated together, and that will be financed directly to the microcredit lenders. As a result, they get the money at a fixed amount of rate, and if the rate is not variable, at that time the interest rate can be lowered as well. And number two is the convenient installment plan. So convenient installment plan. In this system, sometimes the installment plans are not actually customer friendly, but borrower oriented. As a result, they fall into huge financial problems or crises. So we propose two strategies for that. Number one is the extended payback periods, and number two is the post-harvest payback period. Now, why extended payback period? Sometimes it's like before even getting the yield of, sometimes the amount of payback, paying back the money, the installment is so much for them. So if we divide the money into small installments and in an extended period, then they can pay back that money very conveniently. And number second is the post-harvest payback period. For example, I'm a farmer. Now, before even growing my crop, I sometimes have to pay back the installments, and as a result, I fall in the financial crisis. So our strategy would be, after harvesting the product of the farmer, then they will be given the opportunity to pay back the amount of loan, so that they can make it properly, and they don't get it doesn't make it a bad loan. Fixation of spread for the financiers. The financiers sometimes want to earn huge amount of spread. So that's why the interest rate even gets bigger. So we can, if the regulators fix the rate of the spread, as a result, the interest rate can be lowered as well. And introduction of microfinance insurance for agriculture sector. This is not actually prevalent in Bangladesh right now. We are the one who are actually proposing to introduce it, because if the risk is reduced in microfinance sector, then more organizations will be able to finance this sector, and the interest rate will be lower because there will be more competition in this sector, and as well as the risk will be reduced for bad loans. So the cost of loan, providing the loan will be also reduced. So we can make more people into the borrowing system. Next slide, please. In the marketing strategy, direct promotion through field agents and different financial product offerings. This is a common phenomenon because most of the microfinance providers, they do it. And then the promotion of television and radio commercials, through that we can basically reach more people and make them more informed about the products, and we can make it timely. The promotion of through sellers of seed and agriculture. Now the farmers who basically take the loan, with whom they basically interact. They interact with the sellers of the seed, with the sellers of the agricultural equipment. Now, if these people are hired for the promotion of microfinance products, then they can be easily informed about those financing systems, and they can get the loans timely and apply for it. And the last one, the big idea of ours, is promotion through Jatra Pala, baul songs and folk songs. Now, basically, the people in rural areas, they are mainly focused on this sort of entertainment. So if we can promote our strategy about the product information by this, can we get 2 more minutes, sir? 1 minute. Thank you very much. then we can make more customers informed. I would ask my next presenter to represent. Thank you very much.
Assalamualaikum. I'm going to start with recommendations. First recommendation would be to inform the customers. By the given strategies we have given, if we implement them, we can reduce the information gap between the customer and the financing providers, and it will facilitate the financing process, and it will involve more customers in the financing pool. The second recommendation will be convenient payment system, and as my mate mentioned, convenient payment system would allow, it would encourage more customers to be a part of this microfinancing process. The third recommendation is lower interest rate. As we mentioned, the financial strategies, if you implement them, it will reduce the cost of loans and borrowings, and it will allow the microfinancing providers to reduce the interest rate. And interest rate has been a big subject of criticism for the microfinancing providers.
Thank you guys are out of time. Abhishek Shah, sir.
Summary.
Look at the summary. I think you guys covered it.
Thank you very much for the smart presentation. But I have a question that you wanted to introduce the insurance system. Why insurance system is important here in this microfinance management system?
It's important because when the risk is reduced, when the risk in this sector is reduced, then more number of lenders will be interested to provide money in this sector. For example, the commercial bank, they're less interested in this sector. Why? Because the amount of risk, and the second is the amount of there are some other problems, like the amount of finance, the amount of operating cost is very huge over here. On the other hand, if the risk is even not reduced, at that time the cost would be not reduced for them. So there won't be the balance. So they cannot be able to provide more loans. So when the risk is reduced, the cost can be lowered, and when the cost can be lowered, more loans can be provided.
But thing is that how you will motivate the poor people in introducing such type of insurance?
No, sir. Basically, the poor people won't be having that insurance, sir. We didn't clarify it because of lack of time, sir. The poor people will not be paying the premiums. The premiums will be paid by the lenders because it's their risk that is getting reduced over here. It's the risk of their money that is getting reduced. So they will be the one who would be paying the premiums, sir.
So you're saying that by giving the
microfinancers, sir, they would be
so
provided.
by giving the insurance premium for a risk, you're reducing the risk. So ultimately, what you're saying is that the insurance premium is going to be less than the interest rate reduction. Is that it?
Sir, when every loan will not get will not turn into a bad loan, right?
Yeah.
So but a few loans will be, and that affects the entire system. So when that few loans, the effect of that few loans even it get reduced, then I guess we are ascertain that the problem.
But you're saying
the
that
risk
the
will be
bad
reduced.
debt is going to be less than the insurance premium that they're going to have to pay.
Yes, sir.
What if it isn't?
Then we need to formulate it, and then
Because considering the amount of bad debt that is in this sector, and considering the risk for the insurance companies of incurring a loss, do you really think, do you have any data to support the fact that the bad debt is going to be higher than the insurance premium? For it to actually lower the costs.
we propose the system if it is feasible.
Sorry, I mean to. Could you please go back and explain the consortium?
Financing system.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. In consortium financing system, the government in Bangladesh, they basically grant a huge amount of subsidies for the microfinancing system. And number two is the commercial banks. They basically they are bound to provide loans to the agricultural sector, but they are not interested in that basically. So what we want to do is we want to accumulate all these funds that some commercial banks are not, they do not want the fund to be in the agricultural sector because of the higher operational cost. and on the other hand the government subsidies. So we want to accumulate all these funds and make that fund flow to the microfinance providers like the NGOs, like ASHA, BRAC and other NGOs, so that they get the fund with a fixed amount of interest rate. So that if there is a fixed amount of interest rate and fixed amount of cash flow from a fixed source, then that would help them to reduce the cost as well. Because if I borrow from him with 17% loan, if I borrow from him with 18% loan, then the things, the cost increases and cost becomes variable, because there are different sources, different amount of interest to be paid by for the lenders as well to get the money to lend. That's why, sir, we want consortium finance to make a fixed amount of interest as well as fixed source of fund and fixed flow of funds, sir, to ensure that, sir.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.